Welcome to the 6th week of the Pi Radio Love Island Weekly Rundown. We left off last week with the Islanders being reunited after Casa Amor. Sadly, Casa Amor seems to have ruined quite a few relationships, including Millie and Liam's. To make things even more dramatic, the next day, Millie went for brunch with Lily, where Lily gave her entire rundown of what happened between her and Liam during Casa Amor. Upon returning to the villa, Millie told Liam that she couldn't really see beyond what happened, and she ended things with him. Although Faye had recoupled with Sam, there definitely seemed to be sparks still between her and Teddy. And this was confirmed when they shared a kiss on the balcony, which seemed to suggest that things were back on track. Toby then threw a complete spanner in the works. Although before Casa Amor he was coupled up with Abby and brought back Mary, he now said that he still had feelings for Chloe. Chloe had recently ended her relationship with Dale, saying that they should just remain friends. So when Millie told her that Toby was still interested, she seemed all for it. Meanwhile, while Tyler had brought back Clarice from Casa Amor, Kaz had recoupled with Matthew. It definitely seemed clear, however, that Kaz and Tyler were not completely over each other. That night, all of the Islanders were surprised with a gift. The one and only Mabel would be performing at the villa. After that, Liam took to the stage and confessed his profound regret for the way he treated Millie. Although by no means did she forgive him, it definitely seemed to melt her heart. This was then followed by a recoupling in which the girls had all the power. Chloe chose Toby, Liberty chose Jake, Kaz chose Matthew, Clarice chose Tyler, Amy chose Hugo, Faye chose Teddy, Millie actually chose Liam, but then Abby chose Dale, which meant that Sam had to couple up with Mary. Mary was not best pleased with this, as she did have quite a strong connection with Dale. Following the recoupling, Abby did apologise for getting in the way and told them that they could crack on. Surprise, surprise, Hugo didn't seem to be feeling it with Amy. And although they had a bit of a heart-to-heart, it definitely seemed like their romance was dead. Meanwhile, it became more and more obvious that Kaz and Tyler still had feelings for each other. And this was finally confirmed when he ended things with Clarice to give all of his attention and energy to Kaz. Meanwhile, Matthew was not very happy, as Kaz admitted she could try to give 100% to him. The Islanders were then hit with a shock when they found out the viewers had been voting for their favourite couple. The bottom 3 couples were Hugo and Amy, Clarice and Tyler, and Sam and Mary. The other Islanders were then told that they had to decide which 2 Islanders could remain in the villa. In the end, the girls chose Tyler and the boys chose Mary. This meant that Hugo, Amy, Clarice and Sam were all dumped from the villa. After the recoupling, Matthew dumped Kaz in the most blunt way possible.
We're done.
This meant that Tyler and Kaz were free to crack on. The next night, the Islanders were treated to a movie night, but with a twist. The girls and the boys competed against each other in a pub quiz. Whichever team got a point got to choose a cryptic video that they could play. The first video was a video of Jake admitting in the first week that he didn't really want to rip Liberty's clothes off. The next one showed Faye getting cozy with Sam while Teddy was at Casa Amor. The rest of the Islanders saw another few clips, but none of them were as damaging as the final 2. The first of these clips showed scenes involving Teddy. Firstly, there was a clip of Clarice kissing him after she was told to kiss the guy she fancied the most. This was then followed by a conversation between the 2 of them, in which Teddy admitted there was definitely a sexual attraction between them and he wouldn't trust himself sharing a bed with her. The other clip showed Jake egging on the other guys to crack on with the girls at Casa Amor. And Faye was especially upset with this one, asking him how he could do that when they consider each other siblings. Following movie night, Faye completely kicked off. She said that there was nothing in her clip that she hadn't already told Teddy, whereas he had never told her that he did have a sexual attraction for Clarice. While we do understand why Faye would be upset about this, the way she reacted to it was kind of out of order. Practically the whole of Friday night's episode was Faye shouting at Teddy for no particularly good reason. And sadly, the night ended with Faye telling Teddy that things were completely over. This was really sad to see. Although Teddy was more of the victim in this situation, Teddy seemed to be the most upset about the breakup. And even if the 2 do get back together, we just doubt it'll ever be the same. Jake and Liberty are also on dangerous waters. Again, it was really upsetting to see Liberty open up to Jake about how his comments affected her. With all the other couples seemingly in disarray, it definitely seems like Chloe and Toby are the strongest couple. And we never thought we'd say that at the beginning of the show. Tonight's episode is set to see the Islanders visit the beach club. Although it definitely seems like a fun time, the public have been voting for their favourite girl and boy. So it's likely we'll see the results of this at the end of their day. So who do you think is likely to get dumped? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you follow all of our socials at Pi Radio UK, as well as tune in to the Love Island morning recaps on YouTube at 11 AM. My name's Dani and you've been watching the 6th week of the Pi Radio Love Island recaps. Tune in next time.